All right, so we have two forms of a line so far. We have the slope-intercept form, and then we have the point-slope form. The last form of a line that we're going to look at is called the standard form. So go ahead and write in your notes the standard form. And then you're going to write a capital A with an X plus a capital B with a Y equals a capital C. And so let's look at some of the structure of this. You'll see that X and Y are on the same side, and X goes first. Okay? We have our equal sign for our balance, right? And we have C on the other side. That's our constant, the one without a variable. You'll also see that we have capital letters. So we have A, B, and C are all capital. And when we do that, what we mean is that they are not fractions or decimals, and we call these integers. So integers, no fractions, no decimals. Okay, so that is what we're going to call standard form. And one of the things you have to do is you have to turn something into standard form. So let's say I give it to you slope-intercept form. So we go y equals 2/5 x minus 3. So this is in slope-intercept form. We want to turn it to standard form. So there's two things we're focusing on when we're turning something into standard form. We focus on the fact that we cannot have fractions, and we focus on the fact that we need x and y on the same side, the constant on the other. Both things need to be fixed here. But my experience with students is that you get kind of freaked out a little bit by the fraction part. So let's take care of that first. Here's the thing about a fraction. A fraction is only a fraction when you have a denominator, right? If this 5 was gone, then we would just have the 2 and it wouldn't be a fraction. So let's deal with that. Let's get rid of the 5. Because the 5's on the bottom, that means you're dividing by 5. So to get rid of dividing by 5, remember that inverse operation? To get rid of dividing by 5, we multiply by 5. So everything gets multiplied by 5 because we have an equation, we need to do everything. Right, we got to keep it balanced. And so then when we do that, we get 5y equals, the 5's cancel to 1. I'm left with the 2, so 2x minus 15. Voila! The fraction is gone. Then what I need to do is I need to get x on the other side, so it's with the y. Now, remember, I'm not separating out the 2. I'm keeping the 2 with the x, and I'm interested in moving that over. Well, this, you'll see it has a minus after it. That minus goes with the 15. But what the minus also tells us, though, is we're adding and subtracting here. Now 2x is positive, so to move it over, I'm going to subtract by 2x on both sides. And when I do that, I get a negative 2x, and then it's being added with the 5y, so we write plus 5y. I know to write a plus because 5y doesn't have a minus in front of it, so that means it's positive. If it's positive, I'm adding it. And these guys are gone, so now I just have a negative 15 over here, and this is my answer in standard form. If you're not sure if you got it right or not, get out Desmos. Plug this one in, the one in white, and then plug your answer in. So you have two lines, one with each equation, and if you get the same graph, then you know you did it right. If you get the wrong graph, then you know you need to fix something and check it out. Okay, the other thing I'm going to show you is sometimes they give you information like you have a slope of negative 2 and the point negative 4,3 is on your line. What is the equation? Well, then what I suggest is if they give you the slope and the point, I suggest you start out with the point slope form, right? So y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Start out with that. Plug in what you know. You know your slope is negative 2. You know your x value is negative 4. Make sure you're careful with your negatives. Your y value is 3. Right? Plug, do the math that you need to do. This will be a plus. So I multiply through by -2, multiply through by -2, and then deal with the fact you want to turn it into standard form. So standard form says I need my constant on the other side, so I'm going to get rid of that 3. So now I have y equals, right, this is gone, -2x minus 5. And then you need to get your x on the other side. It says minus 2x, so I'm going to add 2x. And we like to write the x first, so 2x. And then the y doesn't have a minus in front of it, which means it's positive, so plus y equals -5. And there it is in standard form. Once again, if you want to know if you got it right or not, plug this equation into Desmos, plug in your original information into Desmos, maybe when it was in this form right here, and then see if you get the same line.